show. All right, let's talk about the Lakers waiving Quinn Cook after their third loss in a row tonight against the Washington Wizards. Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook combining for 65 points. So the Wizards are 11 and 17 now, and they are a lot better than what everybody expected them to be. 11 and 17 is amazing for the Wizards, and this might actually be better than everybody thought for Russell Westbrook. Him and Bradley Beal have connected like this and beat the supposedly best two teams in the NBA, which are the Los Angeles Lakers they beat and the Brooklyn Nets when it came down to it, when Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving both missed winning shots. So the Wizards, sorry, said Warriors. The Wizards have now beat both the Lakers and the Nets, and both times Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook had big numbers. It wasn't just one-sided and one of them didn't show up. They both showed up in both of those wins. So the Washington Wizards might be able to sneak into the 8th seed and still make it into the playoffs. That might sound crazy, but after they beat the Nets and the Lakers, I know there was no Anthony Davis, and I think James Harden, all three of the Nets superstars were there when they lost, but can't remember right now at the moment. I know Kevin Durant and Kyrie was there though, but they still beat both of these teams. So the Wizards actually do have hope, more hope than a lot of teams in the NBA right now. And Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook should keep going at it, and they shouldn't give up because they're looking very good, beating Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, LeBron James. Anthony Davis wasn't there, but they're looking good, and they should stay together and keep dominating. All they need is a big man, and the Wizards actually can be title contenders. Yes, the Wizards can be title contenders if they get a big man, but we'll make another video about that. With that being said, this is total craziness to waive for the Lakers to waive Quinn Cook. Who is making these decisions? I really got to know who's making all these decisions to do this. Because we got Wesley Matthews tonight who played 26 minutes and didn't score any points. How is this getting past? That right there is cut status. That right there should be you getting cut status. Uh, Came to the Lakers, supposedly was supposed to be the 3-point guy to knock down the shots, to go along with KCP. He's not doing good, and Matthews isn't backing him up at all right now. 0 points and played 26 minutes, but they waived Quinn Cook. And now they're waiving Quinn Cook and trying to look to see about getting DeMarcus Cousins back. Come on, you got to be kidding me. This is Lakers are just digging their hole deeper, and they are looking like that better decision making. They do not want to win a second championship in a row. This is bad decision making. I thought that they were able to win the championship with the trades that they made, but I still always thought, if you go back to my video when I talked about the trades that they're making, I still thought the Lakers that they had last season who won the championship was the better team. Should have never got rid of JaVale McGee. Should have never got rid of Dwight Howard. And you want DeMarcus Cousins, who is injury prone, back. Now you want him back, and you already let JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard go. Why didn't you just keep them, and you wouldn't have to worry about trying to get a big man who will be putting in more work right now than Marc Gasol is. Dwight Howard was better than Marc Gasol. JaVale McGee was better than Marc Gasol. Period, point blank. Every trade at this point, they all have big games. They've all had pretty good games. Gasol, Montrezl Harrell, and I don't know if Matthews even had a game like that. Somebody remind me in the comment section. But it's just not looking like anything the Lakers thought it would be, and this team is just falling apart. And then you let Quinn Cook go. You're letting Quinn Cook go, a player who just won a championship with you and has chemistry, and you don't even let him play. You don't even you get 7 points from him a couple nights ago, and he hardly plays. And then you go out for Wesley Matthews, who's supposed to come and knock down threes and get 0 points in 26 minutes. Like, who's calling this? Who's making these calls? We gotta know. Because this is, whoever is making these calls, somebody needs to get fired. I'm sorry. Whoever's making these calls, they need to get fired. Whoever let JaVale McGee, Dwight Howard go, fired. Like, who's making these calls? Now Quinn Cook, another piece to your NBA championship last season, gone. And who are you going to bring in now? Who is really out there? All right. You already didn't propose a big enough option or contract for Giannis to really want to leave, because Giannis said he wasn't worried about being the third guy, so he didn't care if he was the third guy behind LeBron and Anthony Davis, and you didn't, send him a big enough contract his way to really just make him want to leave Milwaukee, because Giannis would have definitely left Milwaukee to go to the Lakers if there would have been enough pay, okay? And don't try to say, I don't want to hear that the Lakers couldn't have done it, okay? The Lakers are biggest basketball team in the NBA. I don't want to hear they couldn't afford it. Biggest team in basketball in the NBA, and they are over here not making the trades and keeping the pieces they have to for supposedly money reasons. But at the same time, you got the Brooklyn Nets over here with three superstars. James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving, two NBA champions already, and a MVP, okay? But the Lakers are always talking about the money they don't have to spend. I just don't want to hear that. I can't hear that at this point, all right? Because these decisions are terrible, okay? So at this point, I feel like Quinn Cook, he needs to make a statement about this. I would be very upset if I was Quinn Cook. I feel upset for Quinn Cook because, like, how could you just waive this guy? Like, this guy, literally, if you've been watching the Lakers last season and this season, every time this guy comes in the game for the last 4 minutes they put him in the game, this guy comes down and hits 2 threes in a row or gets a three and a layup like it's nothing. But they only use him in the last couple minutes of the game. Like, you really can't even blame him if he's like, and if one day you put him in a whole game and he doesn't perform, but you're letting other guys stay in the game for 26 minutes with 0 points. This is ridiculous, and at this point, the Lakers need to try to get another superstar. Don't try to go for a dude that you think can just do one thing, hit threes, or get rebounds. At this point, the Lakers will not get to the NBA Finals if they don't just go out and try to get a superstar like the Brooklyn Nets. They have to get that third superstar. They gotta, and it is DeMarcus Cousins is not the answer. I'm sorry, all right? He's not the answer. He is injury prone. He's a good player, but he's injury prone, and you just never know. He could be sitting out again for this whole season also once they pick him up. You just don't know with him. Like, imagine all the Lakers might have been, they might have won what was the record last year? What was the record? 59 and something, 59 and 14 or something. The Lakers might have only lost 5 games last year if they had DeMarcus Cousins, JaVale McGee, and Dwight Howard all rotating in the game. They would have won more games probably, but they never got to see DeMarcus Cousins out there. So DeMarcus Cousins is not the answer because they should have never let JaVale, and if he is the answer, they should have never let him go in the first place for these other guys that they want on the court right now, like Gasol and Montrezl Harrell. There was nothing wrong with the Lakers roster last season. They could have kept the exact same roster. DeMarcus Cousins healthy, JaVale McGee healthy, Dwight Howard healthy, and this Lakers team would be even better than what it is right now. I guarantee you. All right. This is Folk Solo Sports Show. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Is this a bad decision? Another bad decision by the Los Angeles Lakers? Should they have waived Quinn Cook before letting Wesley Matthews go after the performance tonight? And do you think that JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard should have ever got traded at this point? This is Folk Solo Sports Show. Like, subscribe, get in the comment section. I'll get back with y'all, man. Peace.